Have you ever wondered what you can do to get your children interested in your business or getting them interested in starting to make their own money online? If that has been a question for you, I'm here to answer that. And if we haven't met before, my name is Beatrice Yakubu. I am the founder of Beatrice Yakubu Media. And have you ever wondered what it will take or what you can do to get your child remotely interested in what you do as a business owner, or getting them even interested in making money? If this question has ever crossed your mind, I'm here to answer that in 3 simple steps. And in this video, I'll be addressing those, so keep tight. If we haven't met before, my name is Beatrice Yakubu. I am the founder of Simple Family Business. And what do? We help you as a parent to build a fun, fruitful family business with your child, so that you get to live the life that you desire and deserve, and get to influence the life of your child in a remarkable way, because you'll be spending lots of time with them. Now let's get started. How can you do that? Number 1 is to ensure that whatever it is that you're doing is of interest to the child. Now, in terms of interest, as adults, unfortunately, we have to suppress our interests most of the time because of what we call reality. And our reality is just because we didn't align our values or our interests to what we do. So we end up doing whatever comes our way, and then with our interest doesn't matter anymore. Guess what? Our children won't settle for that, because they're still children, they are still dreaming, they are still enthusiastic about what it is that come into their minds, and they are passionate about the things that they want to know and learn about. So your interest is not their interest, and your purpose or your desires are not their desires. So you need to align with that. I'll share an example with you. When I was starting a business and I went to business conference, the first thing I did was that after I saw Caroline Marsh, the Secret Millionaire, I saw her on TV, and I decided that, oh, if she can do it, then why not me? Let me get out of from my couch and go and find ways of earning money while stay with my children. So predominantly my aim was to do business with as a property developer, because that's what I saw Caroline do. But after attending a few business meetings, and I realized that actually I could use social media as a business. It was a game changer for me, because I knew that my children love social media, and if I knew if I get to know the right way of actually using social media, it will be in their interest. So that's why I chose to do social media, and lo and behold, they didn't disappoint. When we started, they started going faster, because one, they have the skills, two, they are not afraid of anything, and then they haven't got experience that would hold them back. So in terms of yourself, or in terms of other parents that I hear about, they can say that my child is good at writing, my child is good at singing, my child is good at acting, my child is good at drawing. All these things are skills that your child you can support them to model, to grow into, rather than into a business, rather than you wanting them to come along with you and do certain things that they would rather not do. So for instance, my second daughter, Vanessa was a photographer, for that matter. And when we started, she built that on Instagram, got to work with companies like Shake Shack and Pam Bam, and a lot of renowned companies as a content creator. Then Blessing, who is the eldest, she loved beauty. And for that, when she started her account, Beauty with Blessing, guess what? She grew that into over 30K followers. And that has gone to help her to start her own business as a content creator, as a social media marketer, I would say, for businesses. So yes, your child passion is important. And also talking about creativity, sometimes your child is not even creative in one area. It could be two or more, but of course the dominant one would always show. Number two is you respecting your child. In fact, this I am talking to my fellow African women who are here in the UK or even around the world, because this issue of us not respecting children and then going around, turning around and thinking that our children don't respect. I think there's something needs to shift, something needs to give, because you cannot continuously just respect somebody and expect them to respect you. And if I'm saying this, I'm saying it because that's what I was, or how I was projecting my African upbringing in, and that caused a lot of friction. But when I realized that, in fact, I don't have to be mean to my child, I don't have to be comparing my child with anyone else. I don't have to replicate what happened to me as a child to my children. Things shifted, and of course, we got a greater relationship. And even at 19 years old, my daughter is still living at home and having fun on a day-to-day basis. So that is I would say my suggestion to you is to really, really respect your child, and just to think that they are not going to be children for long. They are going to be the ones making the decisions for us when we are older. And that, I mean that literally. When you're older, your children will make a decision for you. So you need to respect them now, so that you have that great relationship now, rather than us when we grow older and we'll say, oh, the children don't respect, and I call them and they don't come. Well, they weren't even close to you when you were younger, so obviously they are not going to suddenly turn around and be your chairperson. Also, talking about cheering, you need to be a cheerleader of your children in terms of the respecting them. Why? Because nobody will respect your child, or nobody would toot the horn of your children for you if you don't do it. And you are not doing that as bragging. You are doing that to motivate them, so to speak. And I think that was one of the things that we did quite a lot. And I intentionally made sure that I literally just, praise my children. I won't praise them if they've done something wrong, but I'll praise them if they do something good. And in our African upbringing, unfortunately, is turned around the other way. You are beaten if you do something wrong, but then you don't get praised if you do something right, which is a backward kind of way of thinking. So, if that's still your thinking, and you think that, children don't respect because we are not beating them, I think that you need to rethink your strategy, because you need to ensure that your children are your best friends now. And when they are your best friends, they will be your best friends in the future. Now, in terms of tooting their horn, Vanessa, my second daughter, has just been nominated by her school to speak with, to be interviewed by BBC London, which is a big deal for her. I had to post that on social media. Why? Not to brag about her, but also, to encourage her, in my opinion, and also to get other parents to realize that the sky is the limit for our children if we give them that support and if we back them every single step of the way. Now, the second daughter, the first daughter, Blessing, she got her first work as an actress. She's done a few things in the past with acting as extra for EastEnders. But this time she got a big role, and for this work, her take home was more than some people's pay, which, is really great. So you need to respect your children, you need to be their cheerleader, you need to celebrate their wins. Last but not the least is that you need to develop yourself. Developing yourself is quite key when it comes to you getting your children to support you, or for your children to listen to you. Why? Because for most of us, and I say that again about myself, when I was when I finished school as a nurse, I didn't do much as far as learning was concerned. So what I did was that go to work, come back home, eat food, and look after children, and then sleep. And when you do that, because our children are learning, their brains, they are learning now about things that we didn't know before. So obviously you continuously be in the dark as far as these technological changes are concerned, and even societal changes. But of course, it doesn't have to be that way. If you don't learn and upgrade yourself, guess what? Your children are not going to listen to you in most of the ways, because they see that you're always asking them for things. You're always you're not up to date with certain things, common things. Not that I'm up to date with everything, but at least the most important things that I also know that there are certain things that they have to rely on me to come to me for answers. Because when it comes to business, for instance, I have this day in power. Theirs is just to do certain things quickly and then make their money. So your ability to have that skills to be able to support them is quite important. And if you can't do that, then of course it's going to be hardcore for them to respect you. You absolutely want your children to respect you. It has to be reciprocal as well. I know that when you respect your children, they will respect you back. But when you have ideas and skills that they need, and the respect even goes a step forward. I've always said that, I've said that in interviews when somebody asked about my children. I said, the best thing for me as a mom is for my children to turn around and call me their role model. Because if I did not step up my game as far as personal development is concerned and doing business, that wouldn't happen, because they will come from school and I'm at work, and we don't see each other until how many days sometimes, and we're not communicating. And if you're not communicating, you're not sharing ideas, obviously that you're not close to that person enough to even for them to even think that you are a role model in their life. And there are a lot of examples that they tell me that some of their children, their friends, don't know what their parents do for living. That is really sad situation. You don't want that to happen to you. You want your children to know a lot about you. And me, I share a lot about me. I think there's literally a few things that my children don't know about me, because I just share them to them about when I was growing up. I share about things that I struggle with. I share, and I'm not sharing to be vulnerable. I just want to be transparent and to get them, to give them that courage to also share if they are struggling with certain things as well. So those are my points in terms of how you can get your child to support you in your business, or to think about starting a business with you. Number one is for you to do things that, or to allow them to choose the things that are of interest to them. Number two is to respect them in every single way and give them the praise where praise is due. And number three is for you to personally develop yourself to the standard that you have the skills and the know-how to be able to guide them. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if it has made sense to you. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and indeed, I can't wait to come back to you next week. Send me a comment. And okay, last but not the least, if you want us to help you do this, to help you build with your child a fruitful family business like we did, indeed, DM me as well. And of course, we would have a conversation about that. Take care.